Alright, what's up guys? So we got a Retro Live, another episode of Elden Ring. Be sure to check him out, he's a good dude, good people in the chat. He's live every night, 11:30. So yeah, we're doing flight prep tonight. Got the Velocity on the bench, on my dinner table rather. Workbench, dinner table, multifunction. So, this Futaba radio I went with, the T6L, is your super basic, just get you in the air radio like I said in the other video. And I kind of looked over Flightline's unboxing and assembly, and they kind of glossed over receiver mounting. I haven't really seen too many people go over it, so I'm going to kind of go in with the in-depth one with this radio. You know, they're using their radio, so it's all different, a little bit different process. So in the actual airplane manual, it shows you battery suggestion size, and this is all assuming you're not a rookie pilot, but intermediate. You know, maybe you're on the same path. You have some flight experience, but you haven't been flying in a while, and you want something. You're kind of out of your mind, and you want something fast. But anyway, it's shows you battery, the cabin size, so you can kind of get an idea of packs if you're, you know, want to go bigger than 2200 mAh. I went ahead and ordered 2 of the 2200 mAh packs from CNHL with my own money. They were actually kind enough to send me I arranged before to send me. I was looking for the what was it? I can't remember the mAh size off the top of my head, but it was a flight pack that was compatible with this bird. They didn't have those in stock, so they offered to ship me 3000 mAh packs, which I accepted, but I don't think they're going to work for this plane. It might be overweight. And weight, you know, it's critical in aircraft. You know, there's a saying, you can only make an aircraft so safe before it becomes a penguin. So, battery weight suggested is 223. These are a little bit over. I think they're 226, 228. I have to check, but I'm going to check the CG and all that and make sure. But in the flight videos that I've seen, 2200 mAh packs are, you don't need any counterweights or balance. So we'll see if that works out. And it doesn't tell you, I think this is normal, it doesn't tell you what channels go where in the flight manual. That's dependent on your radio. So got everything plugged in. It tells you to put the battery in, put that in place. We got that. And I went ahead, there's this bundle here is wire tied in, so I went ahead and undid that just to loosen everything up so I can manage it later when I decide where to mount this receiver. So the tricky thing with this is the canopy has, you know, little limited room. Goes that way. Has limited room on this side, and it has this big block here. So you kind of got to figure that out. So I'm going to try to lay all these wires down and just have the battery coming forward like that, so I have the space and everything is out of the way. And the key thing with this mounting a receiver is you want to make sure this is not touching anything as much as possible, especially this bare part here. So I think what I'm going to do is run a piece of antenna tube, cut that down to length, and probably tape that, secure it on the side somewhere, and just run the antenna in there, so that way it's secure somewhere and it's isolated from everything else, because that will cause a crash. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get everything situated. I'm not going to waste your time going through all this. But once I get everything hooked up, I'm going to do a function check. If anything is reversed, tells you what switches do what. Oh, and I was going to say, the puzzle part here is figuring out what goes where. So it doesn't tell you in the Futaba manual, channel 1, channel 2, throttle, rudder, aileron. So I had to look this here. Maybe I was missing something, but I used this as a guide. So yep, there's the other battery, ready for tomorrow. So yeah, this tells you what channels are what. The 5th channel, I just left that unplugged because that's reverse throttle. I don't need that. I'm not going to use that. It's asking for trouble. I mean, you could use it, you've seen it, but I have no use for that. So I'm going to get this thing situated. Oh, and the dip switches are on the back underneath the battery cover there. So I'll be right back, and hopefully everything works. Alright, so issues I ran into. Binding the plane is a process in itself. You do that, and then once you turn the plane on, so the issue I had was channel 3, which is throttle, and channel 4, which is the rudder, were reversed. Just plugging it in with this radio on this plane. Mind you, they recommend this radio. So when I did that, it tells you to have the throttle at the top position to enter the programming mode. So if the throttle is reversed and it's at the bottom position, that recognizes it as the top position. So that's what the issue I was having. I turned the plane on, and it was like an ESC programming mode. Okay, I'm like, okay, well, what's going on here? So pulled out the ESC manual, did the process, the steps here, and as you can see, my manual shredded, my shirt shredded. The plane, I went to move the throttle stick from full to down like it says, and since it was reversed, that told the plane full throttle, so it full throttled right into my belly and shredded the manual, shredded my shirt. I'm okay, my guts are still in. I didn't take any damage, thank God, but that could have been really ugly. So take it as a lesson. You people who are laughing at me, you'll get yours, don't worry. Take it as a lesson. Secure your plane or point it, away from you. But powering it on, I had my hand on the plane, checking function, throttle, and all that. So I have everything hooked up. Yeah, I went over the antenna in the last clip there, so I'll just show you function check here. Everything's working. And I'm gonna have to go, like I said, I accidentally trying to get it to get out of programming mode. I was moving the throttle stick up and down. That actually didn't do anything, but what it did do was select some options, some random options in here that I'm sure I didn't want to select, and I don't see how to do a factory reset. So, well, she's airworthy, but that's what happened to my ESC manual. Partially my fault, partially design. I want to say whoever designed that ESC and decided to have the throttle stick as a function thing, as a function tool, not a good idea, not safe, not smart. Because idiots like me can, shred their manuals and almost rip their guts out trying to bind and mess with the plane. Anyway, I got everything down situated so the canopy fits good. Sticks up a little bit on that side, but it's okay. So this is my wiring arrangement I went with. So I have everything pretty much bundled together and tied off. I couldn't shove anything down in the tail. The receiver, you can kind of see, is taped. Get it in the light. I'll get some light on it so you can see it better. Yeah, I got the receiver taped in a little piece of tube there. It runs down, doesn't touch anything, so that's isolated. That gives me some good peace of mind. I just try to shake off this bad omen of this ESC fiasco. Ideally, you'd like to have the card, but it's Hobby Wing, and certain ones you can program them with the radio. But yeah, not a good design choice. I mean, maybe the control stick or some button, it's a separate button to just why the throttle. Anyway, I'm gonna go through a quick function check here. I don't know if I did, but left turn is gonna be this aileron up, so that's correct. The other one goes down. Elevator down, that goes up, that's correct. And other way. Rudder left, rudder right, and throttle. Not going to give it full beans, I'll just show you I got power there. So yeah, that was trying to go through the options to go back to the original settings. I moved the throttle stick up, and I'd show you in the instructions where it says, but can't really read them. It says to move the throttle stick down, and within a certain amount of seconds it'll exit programming mode, but that's only if it gives you a certain amount of beeps. It didn't do that. It exited programming mode as soon as I moved the throttle stick up again. So hopefully tomorrow's flight goes chaos free, and it's coming up on just past 3 a.m. right now, so I'm gonna try and get out and get a run with the buggy, the GT body, and see if we can hit our target speed. So once again, thanks for watching. Take my mistakes as a lesson, and we'll see you on the next one.